I think we had also requested on a cost analysis and a report on the cost of those units there. I had heard through the grapevine that they're very extravagant units there, and maybe we're not justifiably charging them a amount that we should be to offset those extravagant costs. I understand that the square footage cost per unit is hitting astronomical. Shouldn't we have that cost analysis first before we make a consideration on the rent?
And the cost that I was looking at, I think we're on 2 and 3 bedroom homes.
I don't care how many bedrooms they got. I'm asking for a cost analysis on those units on a square footage basis. How it compares to the other units or other housing construction on the island here, because I don't know, there might be concerns on the cost per unit.
So these are ready to move in, and so we want to set the rental rate so that we can move a couple of numbers that are at the fourplex for emergency housing.
Is there an,
Shouldn't that be an policy though?
The rental rate?
Cost analysis and then what it costs, then you put the rest.
Oh, I see. So the rental rate would be tied to the.
the cost of the house? Yeah, you have to have an expectation on a payback over a certain period of time.
I would agree. I think part of the history of that is the governance unit that originally applied for the CMHC loan and then handed it over to housing. So that step was missed. And housing's continued on the program, but like setting a rental rate, yeah, I agree. We kind of to the cost of the building.
Yeah.
So we may want to revisit that.
Well, the issue may be is that the handling of contract management, I guess, by the housing department. Are we getting the best bang for our buck?
Right.
Should we hand this over to infrastructure? Cody?
I agree.
Okay, well, I'll hand that to them and have them review that and assess it. And number one, to do with instruct, I guess, the necessity for a cost analysis on those new CMHC units at Wingush to determine a fair market rental rate and come up with the appropriate policy, I guess, to address that. Well,
Could I ask for a copy of the capital plan? Because I was told like years ago that our road is on the capital plan and then it got taken off by the committee. So I'd like to see a copy of that capital plan, if possible. I would too.
Can all of us get one?
yeah. Just to backtrack, you got a little out of the starting gate there, a little. Do we need a motion, a mover and seconder to provide instruction to Cody and Lyle to work on those housing items? Moved by Val, second by Elaine. All those in favor? Carried. And it'll be notation to the minutes that the copies of the, I forget what the last year is, 2012 Apple Island Capital Plan be distributed to council members, either electronically or paper. Elaine?
Do we also do the water line out to lease? Put it on infrastructure also? Do we put that on the agenda or?
I thought we included it with
Did we?
the housing or the emergency. Didn't we?
I don't think the motion read that way, did it? Did we include that with the housing motion?
I seem to recall there was a direction to get updated costs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I just want it, I want it noted in the minutes. Just so that we don't forget about it.
Yeah.
And I thought we had the instruction too, to update the capital planning study. That's still on the books and it still needs to be action.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if you all know Kevin Martin at First Nation Engineering. He suffered a heart attack. So I don't know how much of a delay, yeah, and I don't know how much that puts a delay, I guess, in the updating of our capital plan. But I've been communicating with him and he's recovering. Wow. Yeah. So I'll get an update on that. Anything else? If not, can I have a mover and seconder for an agenda? I mean, agenda. It's time to go home. We're adjournment. Vote by Ron, second by Keenan. All those in favor? Harry. Everybody go home.
Planning tomorrow
Orientation.
is orientation.